Hey, Shalom. Call halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This is Amathia from the GMS Dallas camp and wanted to go into a quick lesson, all right? How the chosen people is you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the nation of Israel. We are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth amongst the other nations, but a lot of us, the bulk of us, are you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? And the Most High God, the living God, okay? The Most High Power, Hebrew name is Yahweh, okay? Who the world ignorantly calls God. And his son name is Yahweh Shai in Hebrew. All right? So let's jump right into it. This is Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself." Okay? So he chose he chose the nation of Israel. He chose you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans who are oppressed today. He chose us to be the chosen, okay? A special group of people, a special nation. All right? But our people always want to include other nations to be chosen. They would rather put another nation in their place. But the Lord said he's chosen a special people, which is the nation of Israel. Those are, and look where we at. We in Deuteronomy 7, so this is what? One of the book of Moses. And what happened during the time of Moses? During the time of the Egyptian captivity, you had the plagues, and what happened? We was basically brought out of Egypt into the wilderness, okay? Why did we go out there? To serve the Most High, Yahweh. All right. So the Lord is breaking it down and letting us know here. It says, I'm going to read it again. "For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above, okay, a higher class, all right, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Now, why wouldn't you want to be the highest nation upon the face of the earth? Why do you want to put someone in your place? When you read this, you have to just think about that. This is a group, a nation of people. And and the nation of Israel, we just look at the best dancers, okay? Best football player, soccer player, basketball player, anything, baseball, any sport or any type of something that you have to perform. Usually, Jake is short for Jacob, okay, which I'm referring to the nation of Israel. We always are on top of things, okay? And when you see some of these sports and you see an Edomite or another nation, well, they say race that's basically is selling or doing or lead or above in that particular field or what have you. Probably, like say, he's probably overall. You check out their lineage, it may go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, but all in all, the nation of Israel is above all people. Right? It says, verse 7, "Yahweh do not set his love upon you." Yeah, I'm gonna read it. "Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fiercest of all people." And but one thing we do, the Lord said, "Be fruitful and multiply," and Israel has done that. We have multiplied, multiplied, multiplied. When you think about when the military and you had Jake stationed in these different countries. Oh yeah, yeah. That's how Jake's get. One of the ways Jake got scattered. Okay, you go to Japan or something. I'm sure. Yeah, it's a lot of Jake babies thinking they're Japanese, Chinese, or what have you. But overall, your line or your lineage go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? And like you say, he chose you. You should be happy that you were chosen by the Most High, a special people through the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? What did the Lord say? He said, you've only I've known. Okay? Matter of fact, I want to get something here. This is Isaiah 45. And I'm going to start at verse 7. Verse 4, Salaki. It says, for Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect. Because Jacob's name was changed to Israel, all right? Back when he was wrestling with the angel, and he said he wanted to bless him, and he got his hip pulled out of socket, and the angel blessed him and said, your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, okay? And he would be a father for a nation of people. And he had 12 sons. Okay, Judah being, I think Judah was the fifth child. You have to check on that. The fifth son, but he's the head. Okay, but like it says, in Israel my elect, I have even called thee by thy name. Okay, so the Lord put his name upon the nation of Israel. He didn't do that with any other nation. So when you have people saying John 3:16, God so loved the world, they got to go into the understanding, go to the etymology of certain words. Okay, because that world is in John it's not going into that John 3:16. It's not going into the whole world. It's going to the nation of Israel. Okay, like you got a nation of basketball. The world of basketball, the wide world of sports. Different things. Wide world of fishing. Okay, this was referring to the wide world of Israel, and you can actually just keep reading, and it will basically specify that. This is just facts right here, and it's not hard, but Israel, you so-called black Latino Native Americans, always try to beat around the bush and try to find some loophole to incorporate the other heathen nation. And only heathen, what heathen mean is you're not of the nation of Israel. That's what a heathen nation is, right? Like when they just back in the time during the Romans, they used to say people were barbarians, barbaric. When you go and get that understanding of barbarian during that was anyone that wasn't of Rome. So if you put that in the same situation as who is the like you said, the Israelites, and who is the nation of Israel, then that would be like you saying, hey, yeah, whoever is a heathen is not of Israel. That's all it is. Okay. So he said, I am Yahweh, Salakia. It says, I have surnamed thee, thou hast not known me. So the Lord has surnamed the nation of Israel, but a lot of our people do not know him. Our nation of Israel, a lot of the 2/3 got this zeal, but not according to knowledge. And the Lord has blessed Israel with what? With the elect with what? Wisdom and knowledge and understanding, which is the stability of our time, referring to Isaiah 33. Okay. All right. So now look where we're at in the world today. We're at a low state, but the Lord will change that. He's gonna cause the nation of Israel to do what? To become and stand out. And basically, when the kingdom comes, we're gonna serve, and we're gonna basically be rulers of the earth. Okay, but before that happens, like you say, we're gonna start seeing the 360, because it's happening now. You're starting to see Esau being brought low, which is the so-called white man. You start seeing these other nations are going against them. Okay. So basically all the curses that we received in Deuteronomy 28, okay, if you read from 15 on down, it's going to be reversed. Like Elder Yatazak, he mentioned one time in class, we were going over Deuteronomy, and he mentioned, like you said, hey, now you can start at Deuteronomy and start from 68 and read backwards, read up to 1, because it's a reversal, okay? Now, this is Deuteronomy 30, verse 7, okay? It says, and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies. Now, what curses is he talking about? What curses is he talking about? All right. And I'll jump back to that. Deuteronomy 28 and okay, verse 15, it says, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, which a lot of our people hasn't done. Okay, I wasn't born in this truth, and a lot of brothers wasn't born into the truth. But the thing is, the Lord provided that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He gave us that knowledge. Okay, we received that eyesight, so we started seeing and realizing, and the understanding of the scripture resonated with us. Okay, can't say that for the 2/3 of Israel. All right, because right now it's mainly about the elect. So, like it says in Deuteronomy 28 and 15, it says, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to observe to do all his commandments and all his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, when you start from 1 and read 14 in Deuteronomy 28, it tells you how we will flourish and what we can do to flourish on the earth if we abide by the law, statute, and commandments. But then in 15, it says if we did not obey, then the curses. Let's just read verse 16 real quick. It says, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Aren't we cursed in the city? Because if you look at the bulk of Israel, we're going to be in the hoods. Okay, we're going to be one block is a gang, next block is another gang, next block is another gang, and they're all beefing. This is what we have resulted in everything that we've done over the generations, the wickedness. This is what we resulted into. Okay. But like I said, this is going to be turned over. All this is the curses that we receive is going to be brought forth and put on the other nations, especially Esau, Edom. Okay, that's why in Revelation 12 and 12, he says he's going to come down on us with a great wrath. This is back in Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It says, and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Now, if you can go with, if you go who hate thee and persecute thee, I like to bring this out a lot as well. Psalms 83, what it says here. And now it says in verse, let's start at verse 2. It says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Okay. And it says, verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. All right. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Like it. And the name of Israel no more in remembrance. Now you got over there in the land, those are not the true, okay? Those are not the true Israelites, all right? Those are the ones that, what you want to say, stolen identity, okay? It's a stolen identity. That commercial used to be commercials about stolen identity. You have like for example, an old white woman, and it'd be a man talking, but she'll be look like she's talking in the man voice because they talking about how they stole their identity. That's how Esau did. I don't know. I can't remember what commercials were that, but yeah, they were funny to me. But yeah, this is it. They chose a crafty counsel. Now, who did that? Now, it gives you a list of nations that did it. And who the first nation? Psalms 83 and 6. The tabernacle of Edom. Okay. And the Ishmaelites. All right. All right. And who was our Ishmael? That was the first son of Abraham, right? Okay. And it says of Moab and the Hagarine. So you got the Chinese right there as well. That's Moabites. Those are the Moabites. And we can just keep going on and on, but I mean, look at it. Look at all the nations that went against us. Gabal and Ammon and Amalek and the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hopen the children of Lot Salah. All these nations, you just keep reading on and on. They came together to bring down the nation of Israel. But how did we ultimately get brought down and brought low? Because we didn't obey the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So he got all these nations, with Edom being the head, to basically come whoop us and whoop us down and bring us and brought us low. But that's going to be changed, okay? That's going to be changed because we're going to receive new bodies and we're going to be delivered up. And we got to go through Jacob's trouble. But that's why this grace period, we're prepping ourselves now. Because it's going to get bad out here. You know, and the only way we can be delivered and get through these times is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? So we just got to keep pushing. Because like you say, these curses is going to go on. And we're seeing it. We're seeing the curses fall upon these other nations. Look at what's going on with Esau. With them storming the Capitol. You know, we know some of them might have been agents or what have you, but some of them wasn't. Some of them are going to jail. You know, that's the capital offense. So, hey, we just got to keep pushing because, hey, we starting to see all the chariots. The chariots are showing more and more. That's the Most High has been visiting to the earth. So, we finna get out of here, brothers. And like I said, we do have to get through Jacob's trouble, but the curses ultimately we're seeing that fall upon the other nations. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bahad, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.